What's going on, Washington football team fans? It's your boy back with another video. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button. More content is definitely on the way, and don't forget to hit that bell. You know, everybody's doing OTA videos right now, and rightfully so. It's the off season, but there's so much content out there that I didn't really want to do an OTA video because, hell, you can go to any Washington channel and get an OTA video. So I was just going down our roster, up and down it. And I was just looking, and I was, like, very satisfied. And I was thinking, like, this might be the best roster we had in the new millennium. In the whole 20 years that just went by, this is the best roster that we had, especially on paper. I don't know what the ending result will be, but on paper, this is the best roster that we had in over 20 years. I know a lot of you are going to point probably to 2000 when we had Dion and LeVar and Chris Samuels rookie year. We had Champ Bailey. That was a pretty good roster, but remember, our coach got fired that year. That team really underachieved. I don't think the roster was nowhere near the depth wise. And then you can go to either 05 or 06, one of those Joe Gibbs teams, the one that finished with 10 wins. That was a damn good team. You know, you had Mark Bunnell at the quarterback. You had Clinton Portis. You had Santana Moss. You had the great Sean Taylor. You had John Jansen. You had Chris Samuels. I mean, that team right there was really, really good. Chris Cooley. You had a lot of good players on that team. Carlos Rogers. But even that team didn't have the depth of this team. And plus, this team has a special player in every room. You go in the secondary, the DB room. You got William Jackson III. And Kendall Fuller, he's nothing to joke at. And then if you go to the linebackers, we just drafted a phenom, Jamin Davis. That's a special player in the linebacker room. And Cole Holcomb, you're going to get the best of Cole Holcomb this year. You go to the D-line, take your pick of who's special. You go to the offensive line room, you still got John Jansen. We drafted a tackle high in the second round, Sam Cosmi, who I think is going to be very athletic, who's going to be a very good player. You go to the running back room, Antonio Gibson, really good football player, really special football player with the potential to be a great football player. You might get the best of him this year. You go to the wide receiver room, you got Terry McLaurin. Hell, you got Curtis Samuel. You got the young De'Ami Brown. So I don't think none of those teams really compare. Even 2012 with Robert Griffin, that team was good, but we just rode Robert. We caught lightning in a bottle. That team wasn't deep because, as you see, the very next year, the team was no good. So this is the best roster that I've seen on paper in a long time as far as depth, special players, and all that. I got to give it the hats off to Ron Rivera for that. He did an excellent job this year of building depth and adding on to what we already had. Any weakness that we had on our football team, it got addressed. They attacked it head on. And I got to give hats off to Martin Mayhew, Polian. I got to give the hats off to those guys, man. They did a good job. Herney, Ron Rivera overseeing everything. This is like the first year that I can remember that we're actually, even though I don't care about the media, but we're actually respected in the media this year. Just when's the last time that we've been respected? Even when we won the division in 2012, nobody expected that. When we won the division in 05, nobody expected that but Washington fans. Kirk Cousins' year that he took us to the playoffs, nobody expected that. And really, those years we were one and done. I know we had another good year with Christensen when we just went on a rally because, you know, Sean Taylor passed and the team they really overachieved and they did a good job, man. We rode that magical ride on for Sean. But from top to bottom, in the last 20 years, this is the best roster that we're gonna have on the football field from top to bottom. There's really no denying that. Even the quarterback room. A lot of you don't like Fitzmagic, but just think about it. When do we ever have an all-pro quarterback? We did a good roster, a great roster, and a good quarterback play, and that just adds to Super Bowl. Not saying we're going to win the Super Bowl, but it's possible. But hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button. More content is definitely on the way. And hell to the football team.